start with her plan she drew up. Go over to here. And then right now she's just going to cut the frame pieces out. Those are going to be 2x4s. And then she'll go back and get the plywood later. But right now just getting all the pieces cut and get ready to put together.
Okay, we got all our frame pieces cut out. I've kind of laid them together, but I haven't put them together yet. And then I got all my vertical pieces over here cut out. Those will connect the 2 frames. So we're just gonna put them together. Okay, I finished cutting all the vertical 2x4s, and then I ended up putting 2 pocket holes on each side of them. I'm starting with the corner. I did this corner and put the pocket screws in, and then screwed these 2 boards together, and that's how each corner will be. And then I'm gonna put the inside piece for the front, and then I'll make the doors. Okay, I finished putting the corners up, and now I'm going to work on the doors that will go over here on that side. I initially thought I wanted to do 2x4 doors, but then I decided that that would be too thick since everything else is 2x4s and I need 2 doors on the front. Instead, I'm going to do the 1 3/4 by 1.5. So it's just, I just used a table saw and cut them in half long ways. And now we're gonna make 2 of these and put them in. Okay, so I finished assembling the corners and the doors, and then I attached them with hinges. All I did was lay that top frame on, but my brother decided, who I'm making this for, that he wanted it shorter than this 3 foot tall. So I'm gonna go basically start over and cut it all, and then reassemble it. But this is what it's gonna look like in the end, really. Okay, I finished assembling everything after I had to recut it, and I started staining it this Kona color. So now I'm just gonna stain all of it and then attach the hinges to the other side where the door's gonna go. Okay, now that I got all the outside painted, or stained, excuse me, now we have to stain the insides, because since we're not putting any solid walls, it's all gonna be a wire. You can see the inside, so we kind of gotta stain everything, so it takes time. It's taking me a couple days. Okay, I'm gonna start assembling one of the doors. I'm using this fencing wire that we had used, and it worked to keep our dogs out, so I'm gonna start using it for this kennel. Now that I finished staining the inside and the outside, I worked on the wire. So we had this big roll of fencing wire just lying around, so I decided I'm going to use that. So I cut out the sides, and then I cut out the pieces for the door. And okay, so I cut out all the pieces, and this is one of the pieces for the side, so it'll fit in like that. And then I'll hammer it in. I'll put some staples in. But I overcut it, if you can see this. I overcut the pieces so that I have something to staple it to. So don't cut it the exact size of your hole. Cut it a little bigger. Okay. I decided I was going to spray paint the wire black. Not only makes it look better, but it also just doesn't look as dirty either, because it's old wire. So now we're going to stick it on the door. Now that we got the polyurethane and the stain done and everything, we're gonna put the back on. I just used old plywood that I had used for the fireplace. And I'm gonna cut it into different sections and put it on. This is the back. I just laid it down because, again, I like to work on top of it versus like up and down. Okay, so I flipped it over and I put the bottom on. The guy at the store cut it short. Mom said he was some youngin'. He cut it too short, so I had to cut out an extra piece and put it on there. But it should still hold up. Really, it's just the bottom for the sake of having a bottom. So yeah, now we're gonna paint the, stain the edges so you don't see it as much. There's Twixie playing with the cat. Okay, now we got the bottom on, the back on, the doors on. Now I just need to wait for these sides to dry and I'll put those on, but I'm gonna stain this while we're waiting, and then I'm gonna put the top on, and then we're good to go. Okay, so before I put the top on, I had to put a divider because this is for 2 dogs. So I decided I was gonna leave it open since they normally sleep with their 2 crates next to each other and see each other anyway. So I decided to put a 2x4 here and a 2x4 here, and then put that same grate stuff in between. And I think it'll look good. This is what it'll look like from the front. So you'll see that bar, but it'll give it a nice divided look to it. Okay, we got the top on and it's all stained. It just needs a polyurethane coat. So now I'm gonna, while that dries, I'm gonna attach the latches for the dogs to lock the doors so that they can't get out. All right, we're all finished. That's how it's gonna look. It's got its latches, it's got its hinges, the doors, the divider. Looks pretty good.